Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another episode of my Sketch With Me series. For today's episode, I actually have like the most basic part of the sketch complete, which is this little mermaid. I actually did it off camera while sitting in the living room. And so for today, I'm mostly going to do most of like the painting and the coloring. And today's a little bit different because normally I do just watercolor or just like one other art supply, but for today's sketch with me I really wanted to do the main mermaid in watercolor because I wanted a very like bold color that I feel like I can never get with just watercolor on its own. And I also wanted these specific colors and I felt like I wasn't going to be able to get them how I wanted with the watercolor. I have some projects coming up hopefully soon that are pretty big in size and they might have a mermaid theme, so I think that's kind of why I felt inspired to do this sketch with me with like this mermaid underwater scene. I started with the watercolor to do obviously the background, which was supposed to be a water theme. I don't really know why I did this purple like outline around the mermaid. But then I also tried drawing some seaweed, but it actually looks a lot more like just snakes, unfortunately. And also I feel like I should have waited till I finished the whole blue background before doing this, because it felt a lot harder to paint around this with the blue watercolor. Or maybe it would have been better to wait till the watercolor dried and then did it with like the colored pencils on top of the watercolor. But I also went in and started to draw some fishes, mostly because it felt like very empty around the mermaid, and I just thought having some fish swimming around her would look really cute. I tried to draw them at different sizes and colors just to make it interesting. And with the main part of the background, it's obviously blue for the water, but I tried to add some depth with the colors. I tried painting the top half in a lighter blue and the bottom half in like more of a darker blue and tried blending them together. My idea was with like underwater, the deeper underwater you go, the darker it is. So that was kind of what I was trying to recreate with the colors and the shades of blue. But I feel like I blended too much of the dark blue, so in the end it kind of just looked like one solid color. This whole sketch with me was honestly really quick to paint slash color. The sketch itself felt like it took me forever. I was trying really hard to get it perfect, or as close to perfect as I can. I struggled a lot with the hair and the hands, which is always a struggle for me, which is why I did it all off camera. Also because I was working on it away from my normal table where I'm painting and recording. I have to say, after the month-long crochet videos, I'm happy to start painting again. And today's is a very simple start, and next week is a create this book episode. But I am planning a squishy makeover very soon. Once the watercolor was fully dried, I went in with some fine liners and this like red pen to do some details. I also used a white pen to add some little bubbles and the orange fish designs. It's kind of hard to see the bubbles because they're so small. And then I used the fine liner to do the facial details of the fish and the mermaid, and I signed with my initials and the dates. And once that was dry, this is the final outcome of this sketch with me. I am honestly really happy with how it turned out. It's definitely not perfect, but it definitely felt like a good start for what I wanted. As I mentioned, I have a pretty big project that I'm hoping to start sometime soon that's going to have a mermaid design, so this was good practice for that. But thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Bye!